Hey, so today I have had a great conversation with Nilesh, is known as techie programmer, who has more than 200,000 followers on Instagram, and he gives us great advices on how to build a great brand on Instagram and YouTube. And also, we have talked a lot about consistency and how we can manage our time in terms of handling our businesses, our colleges, and our social media journey. So please watch this video till the very end to bring full value out of it. So let's get into this talk right away. Hey guys, today we are having Nilesh with us, and who are known as techie programmer in Instagram. So let Nilesh introduce himself to our audience. So please Nilesh, introduce yourself to our audience in a quicker way.
My name is Nilesh, as explained by Smith, and I kind of work as a freelancer right now, and I have an Instagram page and also known as techie programmer. And this is all about, let's see what questions he is going to ask us and try to explore his point of view and try to understand my journey with him.
Sure. So Nilesh, so how you have got started with your Instagram journey as a techie programmer? Can you please give us a quick brief about that?
So I started the page in somewhere around 2018, 2019 to be precise. Then once the in the month of January 2022 or 21, I guess. So when we started the page, it was something like to just show off the things that we know around and just play with some codes and make it a documentation around. And then later on, it turned out to be completely growing into something different. So I would really say thank you to Corona, because the month of March it started lockdowning everywhere, and the things started coming up online, and at that moment we got a huge market to audience to focus on. So I thought this is an opportunity to grab on, and I can hold on it and move ahead. So by the time of March, I had gained somewhere around 200 followers who are mutual to my account, that is who I knew as my friends. So then we started to grow. Like, it was one man army to be honest till 2 years till now. So what we did is started getting understanding the people around and understanding the creators around, because I did not had any idea on how Instagram works, what content needed to be posted, or what is a creator, to be honest. And at that moment or that time, we did not even had something called as Reels. We did not even had something called as that DM with Facebook Messenger and all, which is interconnected with Facebook. So there are a lot of tools right now that are available. You can just explore a bunch of options, like one particular skill you can grow. But at that time, you had only one option to do or grow, was to post a photogenic content. So then the phases went on. Then we reached our 50K in the down the lane, maybe in our first year. And then later on, the growth was too fast, like exponential growth. So the content is everything.
Yeah, absolutely, Nilesh. And as I have seen your journey, like it is easy to grow 200,000 as a normal influencer, right? But you have grown till now with help of programming, in especially Python, right? It is not a very common thing, because with help of programming, you need to engage the people in a more way that like they are going to like you, right? So that's a pretty hard way. So please explain us like how you have done that, like how you grab attention of your audience as a programming influencer.
So when you are creating a content, there are a lot of things that runs in your head. Basically, first thing is, what are you good at? So you need to know what are you good at. Leave about the audience. You're creating something that you are not getting burnt out down the lane. To be honest, if you are currently doing it for a month, it's like funny thing, you can do it for a month and later on you can just quit on it. But doing it consistently is really which falls on your side. So what you need to do is, let's say you love something to do, maybe taking photos, or maybe programming, maybe writing some codes, maybe whatever you do it consistently, right? So you just need to make out a niche out of it. You need to figure out what specifically you are good at. So for me, it was Python, because recently I had an experience of 6 months on Python. So I was pretty sure like I can handle queries of Python. So I thought like, okay, let's do something. Let's explore the projects on Python and keep doing it. Then later on, what I did is just started the content, creating the content based specifically on Python. Then people started liking it. Then I was like, I wanted to stick to my niche. Okay. Then I grew, it really took me a long time to grow the first 50,000. Then later on, it was a quick step because, I understood like, okay, consistency is key. I was able to go for a year of consistently posting somewhere around, twice a day, thrice a day, and later on consistently going at least one post a day. And later on Instagram after a year released Reel, which was a very big competition for me. I never been on camera and talk something about the things. So Instagram released Reels, Instagram released guides. We were just looking for the options to get into those particular fields. So then I started, other people used to do some tips and tricks on YouTube. So I thought like, let's do something related to programming on our page. So that thing started clicking again, and that Instagram as a new creation gave a little bit of boost. And there is always a hand in hand relation with Instagram and as a creator. So you need to make sure you are not violating the rules and regulations of what they're setting up so that you get a better reach. So there are a lot of questions. It's not only about creating a content. It starts from thinking, making a thing on the computer, and then understanding how the even platform works. And at the end, you need to post it on the machine, or the application, or whatever you are trying to grow on. So it is completely a set of circle. You need to know one thing, go to the second thing, go to the third thing, reevaluate what you have done, and get back to the first thing. So it's a circle you need to keep consistently, and that's how you go for it.
Yeah, so one thing you have mentioned before, like consistency is the key, right? How you manage this kind of consistency with having this much amount of audience? So please explain us that.
Right. So here things are like, initially creating the content for the first month. Let's say you have created a new page. For the first month, you will be at this particular high state wherein, your intelligence will be to rocketing the high sky. So you'll be like, I will be able to create the content for a year. Brother, you can only create a content for a month. Okay. So that is kind of a hard truth to be accepted. Then the same thing happened with me. I burnt out after 1.5 months. Then I was like, brother, I don't have a content. So the curve is like this to this. So we fall down there. I did not had any idea of what people are asking for. Then I keenly observed like the comments, the stories of the other people that they are doing, and just observing the hashtags, what people are liking a lot, what type of comments they are giving for what particular type of page, what type of content is really growing, and also the news. Let's say which company is growing, which company is doing what, which company uses what particular type of technology. Just getting the information, kind of a news. To be honest, this was not my cup of tea because I was happy coding on my machine, but this research thing was completely out of my box. Then I had to turn and squid around and get into those type of things. So kind of it was time consuming at the first. I had to invest somewhere around 6 to 7 hours just to understand like what people want. Then I used to drop a content for 15 minutes. So that was a hard task. So many people leave thinking that it's a hard task to go with and investing time simply just to create a second or 2 seconds of video. It's obviously, but down the lane you will learn to make it quicker. So the graph is like initially, as it will be smooth. Then there is a burnout phase where you need to struggle a lot. Then it goes high. Then you will understand that it's different. Then you get back down and the phase feels easy again. So you need to make sure the spike, you hold it and you're strong enough to bear the stress during that phase. So that is how it is. So consistency is really a key. You need to make sure the spike doesn't hit your brain and you are not discouraged. So that's how it goes.
Yeah, that really matters, right? Because when you don't have that much amount of audience and when you break your consistency, then algorithm stops to promote yourself towards your audience, right? So that happens a lot of time.
Yeah, and consistency is always a thing, like even if you have 102 degree of fever, you need to drop a content today.
Of
because
course.
Instagram doesn't know that you have a fever. Okay, if you are traveling somewhere, maybe with your girlfriend or somewhere, okay, but you can't break the consistency because Instagram doesn't know that you are traveling with someone close. But you need to make sure Instagram is happy. If you're making Instagram happy, Instagram is going to make you happy. So it's kind of a mutual relationship, a symbiotic relationship with creators and Instagram. Not just Instagram, specifically now the social media is owned by one particular person. So obviously all the algorithms are going to kind of be interconnected. So growing on one platform is similar of growing on this other platform. So it's different for YouTube. You can, consider the growth on YouTube is kind of a little bit slow.
So yeah, as you have mentioned, like YouTube is a little bit on a harder side rather than Instagram, right?
Yeah.
So as a beginner, if someone is a totally beginner and they want to he want to build his own social media brand, right? So from where he should begin, right? From Instagram or from YouTube, or if he is any kind of programmer, then LinkedIn, or what social media he should get started with?
So it's not about you, it's about audience, to be honest. Okay.
Of course.
You need people to know you. Okay. If you want people to know you, your presence is more important where the audience is high. Okay. I don't say on Instagram, I don't say on Facebook, I don't say on YouTube. You decide at your demographic place which application or which website. Maybe in USA, if you are staying in USA, a lot of people, do not use Instagram. They prefer TikTok over Instagram. So kind of trend depends on your particular nation.
Yeah.
So which application is famous or, top rated at your place, choose that application first, because you need to make, that's kind of a easy fame for you people. So start with those particular type of applications. So branding, apart from how you can go for a branding is, let's say even if I had to decide like Instagram or YouTube, let's say for general audience, then I would go for Instagram, because as a beginner, I don't know how to shoot. Okay, I don't know how to shoot a video. I don't know how to write a script. I don't know how the YouTube thing works. So there are a lot of unknown facts about will I grow or not. And making a video for maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes is kind of a big thing. Okay, so making an impact in those is kind of a little bit difficult. So when it comes to Instagram, you do not need to know a lot of things. You just need to know a Canva. Maybe if you just know a one editing app, you can start posting the content on your page. And later on, if you're not even confident, you can start the background thing and do some tricks and tips, and you can amaze the audience. And at the same time, you can just consider one single fact here. Let's say if you are shooting a 10-minute video, for YouTube, then your time invested for making a 10-minute video will be somewhere around, 30 hours, 35, 40 hours maximum. Okay, so that amount of time will be required to get a proper footage, crop it,
of course,
work on it, color grade it, audio things. There are a lot of things, right? So when it comes to Instagram, just you make a 10-minute video and you can post somewhere around, even if I break it down to 30 seconds, it is 20 lot video, and you need need to worry, 40 hours for 20 videos. And even if one video or two videos out of it just goes up, you're lucky, you just made it.
Of course, because after the end of the day, you need to add value into the life of other people. And what other struggle do you face rather than consistency and lacking of content while creating your huge brand as a techie programmer?
Okay, initially when I started with these things, it was kind of a funny thing, just wander around with the friends, just talk about the shit, and you'll be like, I have 5,000 followers. That was kind of a big thing that moment. You did not had a problem of content. You did not had a problem of time. As we grow up, the 2-year span, now I'm kind to get into job thing. So it's kind of difficult now, to get the time to think on that. You need to completely squeeze the things, you just need to get the content ready, and maybe 2 hours of thing is now need to be done in 15 minutes. And with that, you just get tagged with maybe a promoter, maybe a advertisement agency, you get tied with a lot of other people around you. And it also depends, there are a few things that I do right now. So if you just figure out if you could solve this problem, then welcome to Creators Club. So first thing is, as a creator, we need to create the content. Okay, then you are going to be tied up with other promoters. Okay, so what happens here is you need to keep on the things, you need to keep up the follow-up for everything. You need to write the script, you need to do a personalized brand videos and all. So that is different from content creation. And later on, you might be I do a project work, so freelancing stuff. So of course, freelancing stuff again depends on the client basis. You need to sometimes hear from them, you need to sometimes get on them. So the to and fro motions are always there. Another thing is I go to my college, so I need to handle my academic stuff at the same
Yeah.
time. And as I said, once you're on one platform doesn't mean you shouldn't grow on the other. So I'm trying my YouTube right now. So as I said, it's a donkey work of 40 to 50 hours. So grabbing those 40 to 50 hours for the beginner out of this all stuff, it's kind of a little bit difficult. Yeah. So this is thing. After this all ends, you need to find time for your friends. So kind of a hectic work to go with every day.
Yeah, of course.
So at the end of the day, you will be tired and you will be like, "Nah, I don't want to do something today." So that is the
Yeah.
point where you need to, and after all, this is all helping other stuff. Okay, I did a video, I
Yeah.
did a promotion, I did everything, right? I went to college, etc., etc. This is academic thing, etc. But at the end of the day, what did you add to your knowledge so that you can, you are growing yourself? That is the biggest question as a creator, because what we do is, in the phase of teaching, we forget learning. This has happened with a lot of the creators. What they do is, I know Python, I just teach it. Brother, the Python is being upgraded every day. The libraries are
Yes.
upgraded every day. So what you need to do, you need to catch up the things. You need to, go with what is trending right now. You need to pick up those things. So if you are just preaching, you cannot learn yourself. So make sure you need also find the time to learn, so that you are never inefficient or find it hard to create a content. So again, it's a circle, and you get back to that, how you get created a content, a content
Yeah,
idea.
Of course. And as you mentioned, like there are brand promotion kind of things. So the beginner who is not knowing the Instagram side of thing, like can you explain, like is it possible to make a living out of Instagram or stuff? Like who is the beginner who don't know about Instagram yet? So
Okay, so here it is something like, it depends on your value. Okay, how good is your presence on Instagram? Like let's say a famous person like Ronaldo and all, their existence really matter to people. Okay, their existence really matter to people, and we are the creators. I don't say our existence doesn't matter, but still we are in the growth phase.
Yeah.
We are still growing, right? So we cannot confidently say that I'll quit my job and get into the full time of Instagramming. No, this is not what you can do. Yeah, but if you have something connected to the Instagram, let's say you have a business thing and you're doing it in connection with Instagram, go for it. You can generate leads out of it. You can generate income out of it. You can, just sell your digital marketing course or whatever you are doing, sell your stuff, etc. So those are the different ways that can connect everything and come back to Instagram, and you can do your transaction with audience that you have. But alone, standing as an Instagrammer doesn't make a living. It's Instagram is just a whole, and this is your world, and you just need to pass through it. That's it. How can I explain?
Yeah, because you have said it greatly. Like if you are having any kind of business, then Instagram would help you like anything. Because as a freelancer, I am on Instagram and I am not having that much amount of followers. Still, I got 2 or 3 clients monthly from Instagram, from my work or kind of thing, right? So that helps a lot as a business to get leads from Instagram, and after that you can convert the lead into your client and kind of thing, right? So as you mentioned, like it is not easy for everyone to make living out of Instagram. Of course, so many people can do, but some of them can't. But as you said, you also doing freelancing work, right? So how your brand is helping you to get more clients or stuff, like how you are able to make living out of Instagram? Please, can you explain that?
Right. So once you make an impact to the other people, like, I make myself as an impact of Python developer. So whenever someone needs something, let's say I want a project or something built with Python. So usually what we could do is get back to that particular person and try to DM him or do something like that. Okay. So first of all, I go for project work. So let me be helping out the students. Okay. Wherein I get paid a little. That's kind of a social work, but at the same time, if it's costing your time, then you need to get paid. So it's a kind of a, to and fro. You need to obviously make money out of your time. So yeah, so that is where I get few of my earning, maybe 15-20%, and later on it comes to other brand promotions, maybe like I don't want to take any name out of it. So yeah, so you can make a living off something like that contributes to me another 20% of my whatever I'm doing. So somewhere around 45% of thing will be done in this particular type of living. And later on, when it comes to freelancing for working for bigger clients, okay, so let's say if I just explored an industry around me and I can see that there is an opportunity for me to build some automation stuff or maybe something like that, so I go for it and I just give him an idea like, sir, you can do this, so if you're agreeing to it, this is the quotation and we can get started. So if we get that thing done, so that covers somewhere around 30 to 40% of your revenue every month. So yeah, you will be paid pretty much higher in that phase. And other way around, it's kind of different, but a little bit like, every brand fights for lead generation these days, like they want lead, they want people to do what they expect the people to do, maybe sign up for a course, maybe do something like that. So I really help other brands, a few of the brands, to strategize the thing and give them ideas like, okay, you can go with this, you can go with that, so something like that. And other part of that part doesn't contribute a lot, but kind of that can be included in the promotions stuff. And the other way around is I really work on my startups. So I have kind of 2 startups. Okay, I'm working on them. So I also been a part of a different startup. So yeah, they didn't paid, but kind of a good opportunity to learn how to start a startup. So I learning from that. I just started my own startup right now, and we are working on that. We have a team of 6 to 7 people, and it's going well right now. We are working on the prototype of the product and might be launching soon. So expecting that to be other 50% of the complete revenue, something like that. So here and there, you just make some money for a living. Yeah.
That's totally great. Yeah. So our next question is, suppose you have to rebuild your own brand, like a techie programmer, you have to make it from 0 to the 200,000 again. So how you get started with that, and what would be the difference which you have done in the past and now? So what would be the difference between that? Like the Nileshs in 2018 and Nileshs in 2022 with having that much amount of experience with building brand. So what would be the difference?
Yeah, right. So let's say if I create an account today, okay, I'd make sure the SEO of my Instagram itself is really good. I'm easily searchable, easily, discoverable, something like that. My position in of that particular page or something like that should be very unique, okay? I should be very specific about what I should be doing on that particular page. Maybe if I create a page that gives lyrics of Hindi songs, then I would stick to it and do not go for Hindi raps or English raps or English music. So I need to stick, I should know what I'm doing. That is the first thing I would recommend any of the creator to do, and I would do the same, so that whenever a person comes, they find a similar content on that. For example, you do not see the posts on YouTube because they are not meant to do that, and if they start doing that, other people will be bored, something like that. So you need to make a creative, like your wall should be something similar to the old content, So yeah, niche is the first thing that I would really take into consideration. Then optimization of my self page and other factors like how Instagram is doing their updates, what new things are they are adding, what kind be the new opportunity. So opportunities are the key every time, because even if you are growing maybe 15,000 per month, 15,000 followers per month, that might be a boost of 20,000 followers per month if you are unleashing those new features. So always,
yeah, of course,
we don't say that a new feature is always a boon. Sometimes it might be bane because it's consuming your time, and if it doesn't give you the output, it's a bane. So obviously trying out something is really good with a consistent growth. So yeah, that is what I could suggest. I would have not, I would have invested my time into. And other way around is any new creator would be burn out of content. So as I explained, you need to teach yourself first, then you can teach others. So make sure you are learning every day something new related to what your particular niche is. Maybe if I'm, as I said, if there is a lyrics page, I would listen at least 2 to 3 songs a day, which might tinkle me or give some idea like, okay, this is something I can post for my audience. So something like that. So you need to work on your content. That's it. That is what I mean. And yeah, have your personal life. It's not all about Instagram. Having your personal life is really important. The people around you shouldn't be like, okay, I never seen this person since a while. So have a good conversation with the people around you. That really helps you to, relieve this stressed brain. So stress buster, works as a stress buster. So always relieve your tension, or because sometimes empty brain gives you some good information and a free space to add new information. So be good with yourself so that you can create something good to others. So something like that. It's not a page, it's not an account, it's you are reflecting yourself. So make sure how well you can reflect. Okay, the color grades, the editing might make you beautiful and might make you sound better, but at the end of the day, it's you which you are reflecting. So make sure you are making it good, a good appearance or a good image of yourself. So that is keep consistently doing the same thing again and again. And no matter what Instagram is doing with your page, maybe dumping you a little down, pushing you a little up, those adjustments will be, it's like a share market. You go up, you go down. It's going to happen. So don't worry about it. Never get discouraged by, losing 500 followers in a day, because there were the days wherein you gained maybe 2,000, 4,000 followers a day. So those kind of little heartbreaks shouldn't, demotivate you and push you down, because in my journey, it has happened. I have grown 10,000 followers in 7 days. That was kind of an epic runaway for me. And another epic runaway for me was, I had finished my 100K in December somewhere, and I reached my 200K in March. So just 3 months and 100K of development. So sometimes growth is this rapid, and sometimes there were a few days. Sometimes there were a few days when I got a community guideline strike, and my account was, kind of shadow banned for a week or 2 weeks. I was completely worried, and I was completely I wanted to delete this account and get started with new one. So these are the mental phases that you will go through. It's kind of, you need to just average the things out. Look at the good part of it. Okay, if you're frustrated, take a break. Tell your audience that I need a break. Take a break. Understand yourself. Do work on yourself and get back. So don't worry how many followers you have. Just worry about how much better impact you can do in the society or for the living of mankind.
Of course. And as you mentioned in between, you need to become social, right? Because you also have to maintain your social life. Right. So how you are able to manage so many things, you are going to college, you are doing your own freelance stuff, you are also handling your 2 of startups, and you are also handling your Instagram and YouTube and so many things. So how you are able to manage that? Because it sucks, right? Because as a freelancer, and I am also working as a freelancer, as a student, YouTuber, Instagram, but it is way much harder for me to handle it. How you are going to do this? How you are doing that?
Right. First of all, when you get up, you have to schedule your things. Okay. Everything doesn't come, you cannot finish everything on Monday, right? Okay. So make sure you're not planning everything on Monday. You're just making it, dividing the stuff, maybe shooting a video on Monday and editing it on Saturday. Do not worry, stress on yourself, I need to do this, I need to finish that, I need to do that. Okay, I do that. I do even do that. Okay, but here I have a trick to play around. What I do is, maybe this week if I'm a little busy and I need to meet few of my people, maybe his birthday or someone like that, I create the content maybe a week before. If my next week is going to be occupied, I make sure I create the content for that particular week. I make sure I never lose my consistency. It's not about getting up every day at 9 a.m. and making the content till 10 a.m. and then posting it at 10 a.m. Sometimes what I do is, go for a rally of 3 to 4 hours, maybe from 9 to 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I complete maybe somewhere around 7 to 8 contents, so I can be free for 7 to 8 days of this particular type of 1 hour of worry. So I can squeeze those things out. Then later on, video shooting, maybe sometimes I just shoot the video, then I get bored of editing, so I just keep it aside and wait for something creative hit my brain. You cannot just do a video by just shooting it and cut pasting and posting it. That's not what we want. It's the story that you're telling your audience, the complete start to end. So do not hurry on that. And as you have one thing to handle, when you're building on the other thing, you shouldn't stress much on that. Whatever is growing, grow first that, and later just partially give a push to that particular tire so that you can grow. Maybe 75% of interest on Instagram and 25% on YouTube if you are growing on Instagram. So do something like that. Do not stress out yourself and thinking I need to grow Instagram, I need to grow YouTube. You just in a big circle and end up sleeping. So you shouldn't do that. So that's how we can manage your stuff. creating the content earlier. And yeah, and other way around, college works, yeah, during examinations, okay, this thing happens with me every single time. Like, there will be a gap for 3 to 4 days for every examination, maybe a semester examination. So what I do is, as soon as I finish my examination and get back home, I just complete my task for, create a content for next examination. Let's say if it is after 4 days, I create a content for 4 days so that I do not miss my consistency. At the same time, I do not miss my examinations. So still my friends are wondered like, bro, today is an exam and how did you post? I'll be like, that is what you need to do. That is how the days are going to go. You cannot say like, I had an exam and I couldn't post it today. You cannot say I had a 102 of your. Yeah, if you want to take a break, let the audience know. Take a break for 15-20 days. Come up with a new boost. Or come up with something new. Come up with maybe a different profile view. So come up with something new. So that is what I'm saying. If you're taking a break, take a break consistently. And if you're posting it, keep the post consistently. Maybe you, let's say if you're working for 3 months continuously, Sunday, Saturday, everything, then you can take a break for 5-10 days. That's not an offense. Like, you can tell your audience like, okay, this is it and this is what I want to work on. I'll get back to you after 5 days. Go for it. That is a really healthy conversation with your audience, and also they stay loyal to you because you are coming out neat, clear, transparent. That's it. Connecting with the audience is really a key.
So last question is like, how consistent should we post? Like, what should be the gap between, like, should we post daily? Should we post day after tomorrow? Or what kind of consistency we have to maintain to grow our Instagram in a better way? Like, what do you think should be better for a beginner?
Yeah, it is kind of a funny question to be answered. Like, if you just go and blog somewhere and search for something, they'll be like 3 posts a day. And some people will be like 2 posts a day.
Yeah.
Some say like, 3 times a day or 3 per week. So there is not something like, you need to do it. It's not a rule. But whatever rhythm you play, let's say if you're posting a video on Friday every week, do it. Make sure you're consistent on that. This is what we call about consistency. And it's not about, 3 to 5 posts a day. It's a quality of content that you're posting. Okay. Initially, what happens is you'll be like, if I just post, I'll get audience. No. If your content is cringe, no one is going to like it, or no one is going to share it, or no one is going to follow. So work on your content, maybe 15-20 minutes more than what you could do in another post, and make it presentable. Presentable is really a thing right now. You can write very important information on a page, but when you're representing it, it should be something beautiful. If you're just writing it on a page and screenshotting and putting it is a problem. Like, might be your handwriting isn't readable. That might be a problem. So, or whatever the camera you used to click the photo, that wasn't that good enough to audience to read it. So there are different aspects of doing it. So whenever you are doing anything, just make sure it's really clean, something that is really makes sense. Okay, if it is written somewhere, you just type it, because letters are clearly visible on your whatever type thing. So that thing. And other thing is like, okay, if you're right, okay, so if you are able to make 2 contents a day, post the 2 contents a day. If you are able to make 3 contents a day, go for 3 contents a day. It's completely upon you, like how you are going to manage your time. Like, if you have nothing to do, create the content, post it. If you are really busy with your schedule, maybe you're working on a client project, maybe you're hanging out with something, so do 1 content a day and post it. But do not miss your consistency. That is, if you're posting daily, do not miss it on Sunday. Do not take a holiday on Sunday. That is what I mean. Because that absence will create a depletion, like, just a spike down. So make sure you're consistent with that particular thing.
So thanks a lot, Nilesh, for coming into our channel and suggesting so much great advices to our audience. So thanks a lot for coming. And by the way, you all can check all of the social media of Nilesh in the link given in the description. You can check him on Instagram. You can check him on YouTube. He is very active on that. You will get to learn so many things from him. So please don't forget to check him out. Link is in the description.
Thank you, Smith. It was great having a good time with you. And it's really feeling good to converse with you. And yeah, you did really... When we talked in the earlier stage, this guy is really good at making a personal brand. The advices that he gives, kind of really motivated me to think on, this is something, a way to build differently. Kind of a really good person. So make sure you do subscribe to his channel and let this guy grow. you.